My name is Brian Crystalline Rojas, straight out of Trigger City, Tampa, Florida, hired by Hernan Roldan. And we are so fired up with our Alliance Couture, our Alliance gear.
Our swag.
Our swag, baby. And we are so fired up for this experience. First time trip, 2 years in the business. We missed Hawaii. Hernan called me through FaceTime and he said, you cannot miss Paris, baby. So we started putting in some appointments. We started putting in the activity. We started putting in the work. There were time of doubts. There were time of not knowing if we were gonna make it, but we made it through, baby. And the experience has been far to none. Favorite thing, man, we went out with Tim Goat to the Eiffel Tower, walking, and just seeing the Eiffel Tower lighting up, you know, taking some pictures with my wife was just amazing. We had a chance to eat crepes, crepes with the Goat Ministry.
We've been saying crepe.
Crepe. We call them crepes. But just hanging around with people, building relationships, sightseeing, you know, the Eiffel Tower. Who gets to see the Eiffel Tower in person, you know?
The Mona Lisa, even though we were like 200 people behind the Mona Lisa, it was still an awesome experience just to be able to take that selfie, say we were there.
Guys, the experience has been amazing, but the fact that the average person from where I'm from does not get to do this, where nobody just comes to Paris, and if you do, who comes to Paris with 200 of their best friends? And on top of that, who comes to Paris to the Westin, guys, to the Westin? It's unheard of, you know, and we are so blessed, we are so humbled to be a part of a small thread of people that go against the grain, that go against the currents, you know, that want to make a difference, that want to fight a war against poverty and are doing it. And we get to be elevated with these people. So I am just so grateful that we were able to be here with these leaders today.
I know the closest my family has ever gotten to coming to Paris has been Las Vegas, that fake Eiffel Tower. And so I can actually say that I've been here to Europe. None of my immediate family has been to Europe. So this is just amazing. This is a game changer. Because we know for a fact that our family, when we have one, our children are gonna experience this, our children's children. I mean, this is just like, we're breaking generational curses.
Come on, baby.
Everybody can do it. If we can do it, and we are far, 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 far from perfect, anybody can do it. You just gotta have that WANTTO, that want to.
That want to.
And if y'all want to do this, y'all can do it. We believe in you.
Hey y'all, we are Marcus and Carly Richardson, hired by Andy Albright, been around for a while, but this is one of my favorite trips. We are in Paris, getting to experience all the sights, taste all the food, and get to experience the Paris feel. A couple days ago, we went to see the catacombs. That's all the skulls and walking through, seeing all the dead folks. I didn't know what we were getting into. My wife said we're going to see the catacombs. I said, cool, get down there, see some skulls. A little freaky, but I enjoyed it. Everything's been awesome. We also went to the Louvre Museum. The Louvre Museum is one of those things where you gotta go several times to see everything. We didn't even get through a quarter of it, but that was incredible to see everything at the Louvre Museum. The next part of this is getting to Alaska. So getting here was not simple. It's easy, but not simple, meaning we put in the work, made the calls, got hung up on, got told no. It's what we do though. I don't mind getting told no for experiences like this because this is a once in a lifetime experience. It'll change your life, change your world. We want you to come to Alaska with us. 115,000. But if you're a go-getter and an overachiever, we want to see you in Seattle, 200,000. We're looking forward to seeing you guys with us. Come with us, y'all. We're the Alliance family. We'll see you in Alaska.
do that, we got some leaderboards that Tori can't wait to jump into and read off some of the winners, some of the warriors, some of the heroes. So, Tia, feel free to throw those numbers up and we'll get started with the ones out making it happen. We got total production issue paid. Let's do the top. Oh, wow. Let's just do all 12 because all are over. They're all part of our 10K club, the 10K club, 10,000. So just start with number 12 and go on up, girl.
All right. Okay, number 12, Marvin and Rachel Osuna, 10,290. Woo! With 2 apps. Good job, guys. Number 11, Stephanie Rodriguez, $10,377 with 6 apps. We have Olga and Jason Mathis at number 10, 10,921 with 10 apps. Amazing. We have Guy. Do you know his last name?
Just Guy.
Guy D from under Adam and Beth Kath with $11,327 one app. Charles C also under Adam and Beth Kath with 12,000 straight with 1 app. Wow. Jeremico Edwards, 12,142 with 15 apps. We have Chris M under Mike and Noel Leventovich with $13,669 and 14 apps. We have at number 5, Amy B under Linda Goble, $17,026 and 4 apps. And then we have Jim R under Patrick Connors, $26,058 with 5 apps. We have Megan Wood, the one and only, at number 3, which is rare for her, 26,989 with 29 apps. Wow, amazing, Megan. You are awesome. We have Marty and Diana under Fitz with 28,027, 6 apps. And then number 1, Sam D, also under Fitz. Awesome job, Fitz team. $58,197 with 1 app. Woo!
All right. Those are the total production issue paid. Let's now slide over to total annuity sales issue paid. This is all money in the bank, by the way. Everything we're talking about is cash in the bank. So why don't we just do the top 10? Just run with it.
All right. At number 10, we have Karen M under Alex Abian, $50 with 1 app. Number 9, Douglas B under George and Penny Wilson with $200 and 2 apps. And number 8, Chris and Greg. I'm so sorry, I'm going to pronounce it wrong.
Shaitlin.
No, I'm not going to pronounce
Shaitlin.
it. Shaitlin. Chris and Greg Shaitlin, 2,000 with 1 app. And number 7, we have our rock stars, Jeff Turner and Kelly Haney with 10,400 with 1.2 apps. Awesome job, guys. Joe and Tawny Walker with 11,552. Number 5, we have Cheryl M under Tia and Terry Edward, $35,066 with 1 app. And number 4, we have Alan P under Jeff Turner and Kelly Haney with 40,000 and 0.8 app. Awesome job, Alan. Brian and Crystalline under Michael Hartlib with 50,000, 1 app. Number 3. No, I'm so sorry. There's too many numbers, guys. Number 2, Danny W under Grace McKill, 86,950 with 1 app. And number 1, Marty and Diana under Fitz with $250,000 and 1 app. Wow. That's amazing.
I was going to cheers, the clapping. All right. I don't know if everybody else heard that, but we did some clapping through our soundboard here. All right. I think that's, we got more. What do we got here? Oh, nope. That's good. We're rocking. All right. Thank you to my beautiful assistant, Tori Roberts. You did good. You did great. Your colors match my colors. Good job. Good job. She called me this morning, said, "What are you wearing? What colors are you wearing?" And I thought to myself, Phil never asked that question. So here we are, matching clothes. Yesterday I said this. Why the alliance? You know, when you go through changes and great things are about to take place. Thank you, Stephen. When great things are about to take place in your life, it's because you made internal changes with yourself. And when you make internal changes with yourself, the frustrating part really is that on the outward appearance, they don't always go together. It takes a while, it takes time. So, for example, in this business, you know, you might start, well, you know what? From now on, I'm going to do what everybody else is doing, and I'm going to make $350, $400 every week. You know, I'm going to quit playing around and doing my 20 or 30. Okay. And what happens is you don't see the success that next week. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. But sometimes it takes a little bit of time. And it's a lot. It's life. You know, you start eating good. You know, when you get above the age of 30, you start eating good, and you eat good for a week, and you expect the scale to go down, and it doesn't. But you're thinking to yourself, wow, I ate good for a week and no movement whatsoever. If I could help you with that thought process in life, keep in mind you ate bad for 30 years. 1 week isn't going to change it. Okay. But then you eat good another week and still not a lot of changes. And you're probably getting frustrated, you're sad, and you're like, this isn't worth it. And you might just say the heck with all of it and just start eating the way you want to eat, because it's never going to work. Okay. But then let's just say you're like, no, I'm going to give it another shot. And you keep doing it over and over and over and over and over again. All of a sudden, boom, you start to see things change. You know, probably one of the most exciting things for all of us is that pair of jeans that's in your closet that you said you can't wait to wear. Now you get to wear it. They're a little loose on top of that. Same here. You start dialing because you notice like people that are having great success, like Brittany up here in our office, she's having great success. But what they didn't see is all the weeks that she was dialing and she was dialing and she was dialing and she was running and she was running and she was running and she was not having success. They missed all that. They just didn't see it. They don't remember it. And in a way, I hope Brittany doesn't remember it to a certain extent, although I hope she does have some respect for it. That way she doesn't back off and get herself in a bind. Internal changes have to be made. Okay. And why the alliance? Well, the alliance has gone through some great changes. Some changes have hurt us in the short term, with us knowing in the long term it was going to be great. Okay. There were some decisions that we made. You know, the leadership said, hey, let's do this. And we knew it was going to hurt us in the short term. And hey, listen, people quit. Some people quit, just like some people quit on that diet. Some people quit on nursing school. I want to be a nurse. It's my passion. I've dreamed about it my whole life. And 3 weeks into school, you quit. It's just not for me. Yeah, you didn't stick through the hard times, right? So we went through some changes. We've done some things that hurt. Some people quit, and that's okay. You know, we expected those things to happen. And the reason I want to have this talk with you today is because those internal changes, we're starting to see the fruit from them. And there couldn't be a better time in the world than you to help me and help Tori and Tatiana and Brittany and other leaders in the Alliance. Now is your time. If you could help us, please, because we have gone through some of those internal changes that were difficult. They hurt, just like cutting sugar out. Good God, you feel like you're going to die, right? You're like, you start to reason with yourself, maybe my body's just meant to have more sugar than everybody else, because you'll have a a headache from you know what, right? So you start to think, God, maybe I'm just different, so I got to eat, I'm going to go back and eat. And we had people that did that. They quit. Well, for the ones that have stayed, and I can't name all their names, but there's so many of us leaders that stayed. Now is our time. We've gone through, if you will, the detox of no sugar. We just announced a 22% increase in pay. I can't remember when it was, but it was like not that long ago, just a couple of months ago. 22% increase in pay. And we kept Glow. Like when I was talking with Andy about it, I was like, oh no. He's about to tell me we're doing a 22% increase, but we're going to take away Glow. I felt that coming. And he says, no, we're doing a 22% increase. And it appears that we're keeping Glow. I was like, okay, I like this. So we've done some internal things. And I'm not going to go over all the internal things we went through, but understand they were difficult. And so for us that went through it, we're like, oh, so grateful for where we are today and the people we have with us, the heart, the love, the compassion, the desire to win, the commitment level to win, and not just win for ourselves, but more importantly, win for other people. When you make a decision that I'm going to win for other people, you're going to win. But when you make it all about yourself, the chances of you winning are slim and none. You might win for a while, but it'll go away. You got to want to do it for everybody else. That is the topic. Why the alliance? Because let's go out and win for each other. Let's go out and have victories for the entire team. Books will be written about this organization. I just want my name in the book. I want it to say Paul was loyal. He was loyal to a fault. He was loyal to win. He was loyal to have a victory for the team. Whatever it is, I just want loyal to be somewhere in that bad boy. And what a better time than now. There's no better time than now with everything we got in place. So we went through the changes, went through some internal changes. The big one was art. That's really the only one I'm going to talk about right now. And that was painful. That was a massive change. I love people that tell me, I like change. No, you don't. Nobody does. We're such creatures of habit. We hate change. That's why when you're hiring someone and you're all excited about the opportunity and you telling them to go study for their exam and you're wondering why they didn't do it, because it's change. It's all change. Now they got to, what happens is they start weighing the pain of studying. They start weighing the pain of the study, and then the change component kicks in and they run like you know what, because they're thinking to themselves, well, if I pass the test, or even if I pass the test, whatever attitude they have, they're saying, well, then I got to change. That means I got to drive a different way to work. I wonder if I'm going to be able to drink coffee when I work. I wonder if I'm going to be able to, what am I going to have to wear when I work? It's change. Sorry. We all hate it. But we went through a massive overhaul change and with the art, and it was tough. And us that stayed, we're about to reap the rewards. Y'all that have joined and don't know the change, just know ARC is, you're about to reap the reward. And that is really why we all have to have like almost this elevator pitch of why the alliance. Why the alliance? Well, why the alliance? Because we get this opportunity as a team to win together, to lose together, to cry together, to laugh together. We get this opportunity with the alliance. Why the alliance? Because we got people rooting for us. We got people that want us to win and want us to succeed. Why the alliance? Because you can come broken. You can come as you are. You can come messed up, jacked up. Why the alliance? Well, what better opportunity to build relationship, build friendship, and make stupid amounts of money? I still pinch myself over the type of money that I'm making. Or just recently with partnership, the amount of money they gave me in one deal. That's weird. I'm still processing that. Why the alliance? Because it's unlimited opportunities. It's limitless on what you can or can't do. I was having a great conversation with Trina Noel in Florida. I was with her in Florida at G5. And she was talking about how we were having fun. We were just joking. And it was about, the WNBA. They get paid less than NBA. And I said to her, hey, it's money, it's advertising dollars. It is what it is. And she goes, well, I know it's not fair. And I said, I'm not saying it's fair or not fair. I'm just letting you know you got to follow the money, and the money, the advertising is going to pay higher for the NBA than the WNBA. And then we got into a thought process of, well, the NBA has been around a lot longer than the WNBA. And we had fun. We were having a good time. But here's what I know, and I can tell Trina Noel, without a shadow of a doubt, you can make more money than I do here. There might be limits in other things, the WNBA versus the NBA, the PGA versus the LPGA, whatever it may be. But here, Trina has every opportunity to make more money than I do. Why the NAA? I almost said why NBA. Why NAA? Well, and the playing field's level, bro. It's whatever you put in. It's whatever you give. It's how much of your heart do you give to the success of the entire company. There have been so many times, I've had great talks with Carrie Edwards about there's been so many times where we have spent things to go places, to be and help the alliance become better. And sometimes we didn't even have the money to do it, but we went with a thought process of we're going to make this company better, greater, gooder, huger, the best in the world. Right. And so, why the alliance? And I want it to come off the tip of your tongue. I so badly want for you, whoever's hearing my voice right now, I want so badly for you to have the ability, and you can do it if you put your mind to it, to have 500 people a month, brand new people a month come on your team. The population says we can do it. How many people are in the Metroplex? Does anybody know? 5 million in the Metroplex. The population says that we can do it. The numbers say that we can do it. The numbers say that you can do it, that you have this ability to bring. Why not you? See, we have the infrastructure. We have the capacity for the first time ever for you and me and Tori and Tati and Brett to bring in 500 people a month each. We now have the infrastructure. At no point will Robbie call and say, y'all need to slow down. The art can't handle this. At no point will Andy call and say, hey, you need to slow down. Moo, Forrester, CFG, American Amicable. They can't handle it. At no point is anybody going to say that to you. None. We all have that ability. So why the alliance? It's your piece of art, if you will, to do what you want, how you want it, for you to build your legacy, for you to become partner and be the head coach of your team. The way I've always viewed this partnership, and I've shared it many times, is I'm the head coach of the rock stars. I'm the head coach. I make the plays. I call the plays. Now I still go to Andy, and I'll still go to Brian. It's not like, I'm arrogant in all my thinking that, I know everything. I had a great talk with Ed Soto about something he's doing. I'm curious. I'm like, hey, I'm not a moron. My ego's not so big that I can't ask. But at the end of the day, this all falls on my shoulders of, are we profitable or not profitable? I love that. That excites me. Building my company. I'm the head coach of this deal. We call it partnership, whatever you want to call it. But you have that ability too. Everybody hearing my voice, you have the ability to be the head coach of your team. Now listen, I know everybody, and I would hope that you're so strong-willed in your thinking that you think, I could do it better than him. I would do this. I would do that. I welcome that. I welcome those ideas. I'm not saying I am all knowing. Andy's not saying I am all knowing. If you don't, you know what I'm saying? There's things you're going to look at your leader and say, I probably wouldn't do it this way. I'd do it this way. It's like being a parent. It's like being a child, and then it's your chance to be a parent. How you going to do it, right? How you going to do it? How you going to handle it? Well, the way I'm going to handle it is I'm not going to make my kid do X, Y, Z. I'm going to let them do this, right? And that's fine. Well, here's your opportunity. Here's your opportunity with the Alliance. This massive opportunity. Huge opportunity. I mean, endless possibilities for you to go out and be the head coach of your team, for you to be the leader of your team. Now, listen to me. You're the leader of your team day one. Okay? Now, with partnership, there's a little bit more latitude. There's a little bit more of an ownership stake, because now all of your profit, all your income, if you will, is based off your profitability. Okay. Which pretty much it always is anyhow, but it's just a different ballgame. However, we all have this now, but with partnership, I now have a huge interest in Noel Leventovich doing well. I have a huge interest in Chris Long doing well. Okay. Because now I have stock in the whole thing. But even before then, you're the leader. You're the coach. You run the plays. You make this thing work. And you all have the ability. Nothing's holding you back to say, you know what? I can bring in 500 people a month. I can do that. It's been done before. Other people do it. Other organizations have done it. Why not me? Why not you? And here's the deal. You get to do it with the Alliance. So let's talk to Tori Roberts first. She is our superstar, rock star recruiter. Definitely bought into what we're doing here. Definitely bought into dreaming and dreaming big with the Alliance and taking over and going out. And she saw the importance in, hey, I've got to run some business because I need to kind of have a bit of an attitude when I'm recruiting people of, I did it. So now she's out there hard charging, going out, setting up. How many appointments you set last night?
I have 9.
So she set 9 appointments just for Saturday. She set 9 for Saturday. So Tori, if you will, what maybe take it from the perspective of when you recruit people and talk to people, why the Alliance? Why? Go for it. Take it away.
Why the Alliance? There's no other company like us. And I feel like I can truly say that because I just have seen it firsthand that no other company has not only like ARC, all the amazing carriers we have, but the people and the heart of other companies. Like, I can't speak for anyone else, but for us, like even I know with our organization, I know it's throughout the Alliance is people help you and love on you no matter what. Like when you come in, it's how can we help you? How can we make you better? How can you grow? And you won't find that anywhere else. And it's really a team and a family, like a community who want to help you succeed. And that's like one of the things I love about, that's why I come on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday we do a dial jam as a team, and we didn't fill our entire office up. We have a team on Zoom who all do it together. It's because we love being around each other. We cheer each other on. We're more successful when we're doing it together. And I'm sure that, I don't know, I just, from my experience, that's not found everywhere else. And you succeed with, you have other people cheering you on and teaching you and growing you.
What about when like someone shows up to dial with us? What is your excitement level for them to be around the team? What do you say? Because like they're going to be around the superstars and rock stars, and on top of that, we got the Alliance to back us up with all this, infrastructure with ARC and Glow and Medicare and annuities and all that. So what's your excitement level just to get somebody around, the team?
Oh, it's huge because like I think you said this the other day, like no other company has everything like we do with the resources. Like you can do Medicare, you can do life insurance, and we have rock stars that are doing it both. So when I get new people or new recruits in the office, I'm so excited because I want to audition to Junior. Well, as he's killing it, he's consistent, he's a rock star. They get to hear him on the phone. They get to hear Brittany Flores. They get to hear Ryan. They get to hear Lindar Cook. They get to hear Tatiana. You get to see all different styles, how everyone succeeds, and I get to show them, hey, like these are all the people that are doing it.
Yeah. And so why let's do this. You're 26 years old. Why the Alliance for you? What are your dreams? What are your goals? What is it? What is it here? Why here? You could do something else, make it be easier, but why here?
Because I believe in what we do, and I see how, like just you growing up, I see, and when I got here, I think when I just started to recruit, that's all I wanted to do. And then as you hang around, and as like an adult and not like a kid, this is my dad's business, I was like, oh my gosh, like I could make so much money. I could build a company. I could change lives by this. And now I see I want partner, and I want to build a huge business, be an example for my children, and help other people get there too.
And how many children do you have now?
0.
Okay. So your
future children.
I think also too, when you think about why the Alliance is the ability to dream. Here she is, 26 years old, with this ability to dream and say, hey, I want this for my life. I want more for my life. In fact, our office is full of, you're 31 on down, 28-year-old, 29-year-old, 27-year-olds. Let me tell you, everybody, something about this group. You tell them why the Alliance, they are fired up. They're excited. And don't ever buy into this notion of bullcrap that this group doesn't work. That's maybe 2% that doesn't work. The ones that I'm running into in that age group, I was talking to Brandon Manley about this the other day, the ones that I'm finding in that age group, and I know y'all are as recruiters, man, they're Ubering, they're doing 2 or 3 jobs. Come on, man. They're doing 2 or 3 jobs. They ain't afraid to work. They're like out there, and they got big dreams, big goals, right? Big goals. And so, man, we're in a situation. We're in a situation where they can dream here and build something here. Like Tatiana, we probably should talk about this when you come up here, but she's got this gentleman that works at, is it FedEx? Amazon. And he's doing everything in his power to squeeze in some hours to work with us. I need to wait till she comes up here and she can share that information. But, it's to be able to have an opportunity like the Alliance where these young adults can come in here and dream on. I did not have her type of dreams at the age of 26. I did not dream about kids. Heck no. You know what I'm saying? I didn't dream that way. And to be a what was the word you used? A role model in their lives, right? By building something massive. So, why the Alliance? And we got it for everything. Oh, and by the way, if you're older, you can do very well here. It doesn't matter your age. We hit all the categories, and we don't discriminate on any of the ages. We don't say you're too old, you're too young, you're too this, you're too that. I know we don't, because we know that whatever your age, you bring the heart to this deal, and we get you to dream about what you can do with the endless possibilities here. Wow. amazing what we can accomplish. So anything you want to add before we pass it on over to your counterpart here?
One thing that you just said, that the dream and the vision is huge. And I feel like that's what so many people are looking for, is someone that can dream with them or sees something big. And I think that's also what gets you through when you have that dream. It gets you through the mundane of recruiting, dialing for appointments, going to the appointments. It's because you know it's for something bigger and it's a dream.
I love it. Thank you, Tori Roberts. Thank you for dreaming with us. Thank you for believing in the Alliance. Thank you for being this ambassador to our goal of taking over the world and bringing in as many people as we can and making this the best company in the world. We're really in good hands when we have folks like you. So love you and proud of you.
Love you. Thank you for being an amazing coach.
You betcha. All right, Britt. This is Brittany Flores. We call her Britt. Tori's going to need to take off the headphones the next time she leaves. You can't take them with you. They're attached to a component over there, if you haven't noticed. But this young woman, godly, her determination to succeed and win, I have no doubt she can bring in 300, 500 people a month to her team, just with her enthusiasm and excitement, and her thirst for knowledge. And, again, why the Alliance? I'm probably taking some of her stuff, so just repeat it because you'll repeat it better than me. But why the Alliance for someone like Britt is, man, she knows, like, there's so many resources that she goes and gets on her own. Like, she's like a kid on Christmas morning finding all these new resources and contacting Kim Clark over at Integrity or Gina Hawks or Ivy or you name it. I mean, she's just all in it trying to figure it out, or Chris Norris or Amber. She's just like, she's just this thirst level of, and this is why the Alliance, because we give someone like Britt, who is an entrepreneur. She ran her own business prior to coming here, a very successful business for 8 years. The virus knocked her out. I hate the virus happened, but because the virus happened, we are very blessed that it happened because we have Britt. I'm not too sure we would have her had that virus not happened. And so in her own mind, she's very, very entrepreneurial spirit. And she comes in here with this thirst. I'm probably saying everything she wants to say. And she's like, why'd you have me up here if you're going to say it all? But I'm going to let you talk, Britt. But why the Alliance for you? Why the Alliance for anybody else coming on board here?
The opportunity. So, I've had my own business. I've been a manager for a giant retail company, and I always put my full heart into anything I do. And so I would work, but I'd be looking around going, but I'm still barely making the bills. How are all these people out there making so much money? I don't understand. Like, what do I have to do to get to that level? And when I found the Alliance, I, for the first time, saw that possible, because there's no limit as to how much money you can make. It's about how much you want to put into it and about what your dreams are. And then there's people here to help you set, your weekly goals, your daily goals to make that dream a reality. And, it just felt like I was so capped with anything else that I was doing. Like, you can only make X amount of money as a store manager, period. That's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. But here, the opportunity is endless. Like, I can actually, for the first time, have control over what I could make in the future.
Yeah. So you have we have a moment in history with you here, with this Rockstar organization. Don't get into the details, but, Brittany was offered a higher contract somewhere. And not only offered a higher contract somewhere, but was heavily pursued. Like, they wouldn't leave her alone. So don't get into the details of all that. I'm really more interested in, why did you stay?
Well, first of all, I just had to remember that, these people were not my friends. They were just trying to recruit somebody. And they said so many bad things about the alliance. And, and so I started doing research. I mean, because I hadn't really before. And, almost to their disadvantage, because as a business owner, I saw reasoning as to why certain things were done the way that they were. They were there to protect us. Like for instance, oh well, you can't leave and take your team with you or something. Okay, well, what if I have an agent underneath me who wants to just up one day and quit on me and take their whole team with them? And like that's there to protect me from stuff like that happening. It's not to hurt me or hinder me. It's to protect me. And then, of course, just our culture. I have never come into this office and left lower than when I left. I always feel uplifted, and I just reminded myself of those things, and that's why I chose to stay.
And we gotta find more people like her. I mean, she said, "Well, let me look at the contract." Because I remember you calling me saying, I just signed it, Paul. I don't know what I signed, so I'm gonna go look at it. And I said, "Cool, go look at it." And because I'm not afraid of it, go look at it. And so she goes and looks at it, and she comes back and she goes, "Well, it makes sense. Andy's kind of protecting me because I want to build a big team here, and if I hire, Tatiana." And Tatiana builds a big team. Well, Andy has just stopped her from leaving me. So he's protected me. Aha. Thank God. That's what I'm saying. We got to hire some younger folks that get stuff. She put all that together herself. I didn't have to convince her of that. And then lastly, of course, and those are the internal things that we've had to put in place to protect each other. To protect. And if you're going to an organization that says, well, we don't do that, don't go over there, because every time you build, it can fall apart on you in a heartbeat. Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, that's not even to mention the override, that we get on our downline, like thanks to the ARC that's possible.
Yeah. All in one place.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Their selling point was like, well, no, all the carriers will pay you directly and everything. And I'm like, well, that's great if all I ever wanted to do was personally produce. But I'm talking about building a business here.
Yeah.
And the ARC has made that possible, that we can do that. And, and we don't have to limit the people underneath us from, getting higher contract. Like, it doesn't matter if Tatiana goes 10%, 20% higher than me, because I'm still going to get glow.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't have to limit her on what she is capable of. I can just let her be her and grow, and I can help her in any way that I can.
Yeah. And again, guys, those are the internal changes that we made that were painful in the beginning. I remember exactly where I was when Andy was talking to me about glow, and I was scratching in my head, confused. Like, I don't get it, bro. I don't understand it. Doesn't make sense. And then I remember Abian called me and goes, let me explain it to you. And then Abian explained it to me. I was like, all right, makes sense. Okay. But still going to be painful, still change, still all that. And now, no kidding, gang. Think about it.
It's a game changer.
It's a massive game changer of what we can do now to bring in multitudes of people and build a solid foundation of success with all these other folks who also are guaranteed glow. It's not like, well, Brittany got here, so she's the only one that gets the glow. No, Tatiana, she gets glow too, regardless of how much further she came in between, her and Brett. And then Tatiana, she's hiring a boatload of people. And thank God she's protected by Andy Albright in the contract, because she's hiring so many people on her team. Like every minute, like I'm behind, and I'm sorry about that, Tatiana. I'm behind on the amount of people I need to call because she's brought so many people in. Like, she's mad at me. Like, you haven't called all my people yet.
She had like 5 people here on Monday.
Yeah. She had 5 people here on Monday. And she can do that with such great confidence with what we have here at the Alliance, with Glow, with Art, and the way that Andy has protected us in our contract. Thank God. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, beautiful.
Yeah. We just have the opportunity to build a business here.
Yeah.
We don't have to run in the field forever, and
Freedom, baby.
Yeah.
Freedom.
Financial freedom, freedom with time.
And let me say this, because sometimes people hear what Britt just said and said, oh, cool, I'm just going to start building. Listen to me. Britt's the number one producer in my base shop, I believe. I mean, if she's not number one, she's number two. She's way up there. The woman is constantly looking for ways to write more business, whether she's learned everything about hospital indemnity, Medicare. I mean, she has taken it all upon herself to call. I mean, who's got Gina Hawk? What other organization's got Gina that you can call at any hour?
Or Ivy.
Or Ivy at any hour and say, hey, I need help. I don't understand this, right? And now we got Kim from Integrity, for crying out loud. The amount of people that we have, the resources. Why the Alliance? The resources that we have.
Yeah.
Not to mention AMP Studios, not to mention the great show that we're going to put on July 30th. Convention, the summer family reunion, July 30th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last weekend in July.
Last weekend in July. The show that AMP is going to put on. Like, you're not going to be embarrassed to bring your friends to.
Oh my gosh, the energy. I mean, that alone is just, it like draws you in. I love our headquarters. Every time I've gone, I'm like, I don't want to leave.
Yeah. You always go in a day early and hang around everybody.
I do.
Yeah. And so, I mean, why the Alliance? Just the resources and the friendly faces and the way they take care of you when you get there. You know, if you show up to our headquarters and you don't know nobody, they don't make you feel stupid.
Oh no, Jeff Bright giving me the biggest hug, inviting me in his office. And I mean, it's crazy, but it's like home when you haven't even been there before. So, and I love that.
Yeah. I mean, why the Alliance? I mean, this call is only slated for an hour, but we could sit here for days and just I mean, you know what you ought to do? Everybody listen to me. Get a dry erase board in your office, and at the top, write why the Alliance, and then just start writing it all down and remind yourself that Andy has protected us to build massive teams. Remind yourself that we have Glow. Remind yourself that we got Arc. Remind yourself you got Brittany Flores on your team. Seriously. Remind yourself that you got Tia Ray on your team. Remind yourself that you've got all these phenomenal people that are willing to help you. Jeff Bright, Tim Goad, all these folks that are just willing with a phone call just to help you in any way. You know, Megan Wood, she's a phone call away for so many of us. Megan called me the other day and said, hey, I got a new recruit. Can she come to your office? Can she come to my office? Girl, this is your office, Megan. Yes, absolutely. She can come to my office. You know, let her come in here and take advantage of all the Alliance has to offer.
And everybody's willing to help each other, regardless if it's for their benefit or not.
Yeah.
You know, because if it's, you know, most places in the world, it feels like if you're getting better, then it's like you took a piece of the pie, and there's less pie for everyone else. But here it's like a never ending pie, and everybody acts that way. It's like, no, man, if you take pieces of the pie, it's okay. There's plenty for everybody. You know, and so it's just that feeling of like everybody wants to help you succeed, and they want to help you achieve your goals. You know, whether or not they're my upline or and that they have any direct benefit from me succeeding, they're there anytime I call and always willing to lend a hand. And I love it.
Yeah. All right. Read part of that quote and let's turn it over to Tatiana. You want to read any part of it?
Well, so when he was talking or kind of telling us last night that we were going to be talking about change and how it has to start internally. You know, there's a lot of things that have happened to me over the past year and a half that have really made me have to do that. You know, I had to sit there, and I could either sit there and be mad about my situation and my circumstances and blame everybody else, or I could decide that I had control over how I react, and my choices can lead me to a place that I like, whereas in the past they had led me to a place I didn't like. And you know, and that's a great feeling of peace, you know, that I have control over my future. And it's all about perspective, you know, how you look at situations, and then also just recognizing when things are in your control and when they're not. And Like there was a couple weeks ago, about a month and a half, where my dad was in the hospital. And I texted Paul that morning and I just asked him for prayer. And, and he was like, so what does that mean? And I'm like, nothing, I'm going to run business. I mean, I can't be there. COVID rules are like one person in the room. So what am I going to do? Sit home and cry all day? Or am I just going to get out there and keep pushing and, pray as you go? And, it's just is if you focus on what you can do and what you can control, then it takes all those little obstacles that used to pop up and hinder you. It takes them out of the picture.
Tia Ray wants me to tell you that you are great.
Oh, thank you.
She is great. We agree, Tia. She is great. We're blessed to have her in this journey. Thank you so much, girl. All right, Tatiana. Tatiana, who is on Brittany Flores' team. She shows up here every day.
Okay. A team.
Now we're coming up with team names on the fly. I don't know if this is a good idea because one of them would sound a little funny. Yeah. This isn't a time to brainstorm out loud, and people are watching. But Tatiana started telling stuff about you and all that good stuff. And but again, another person, and you know what? Just being able to dream. And I remember, and it'll probably be with me forever, when Integrity showed up and talked to us, and you got up and talked afterwards about how your gratitude towards this opportunity. You don't have to share that if you don't want, but just share what's on your heart, and again, for you, why the Alliance?
I just know that they say seeing is believing, and ever since I walked in the door, I've done nothing. I'm a full-fledged believer in the Alliance. When I came in, I told you I don't want to recruit. I had a bad experience. I just had this negative connotation. And he's like, okay, cool. And they just loved on me. I came in, I wasn't working right off the back. I just needed to plug in. I know my godbrother had passed away. I was going to a funeral. I thought I was going to a funeral. I got there. It wasn't the funeral. It was the following week. I'm like, I need to get back so I can dial, so I can stay plugged in. So from having that experience of knowing that being around a group of people who are striving, doing the simple things, just watching them follow a system that was put in place, it's not just talk, you see it firsthand. So my biggest thing when I talk to people on the phone is see what they need, see what they're looking for, and then let them know that, hey, we're here to love on you. As long as you have a spirit of gratitude, you can sell the insurance, but what's different here is the opportunity. It's the culture. When you get in and you plug in and you have the resources, you have ARC where you can go and do all your business in one place. You have Glow for that generational override where no matter what, you don't have to worry about somebody in your growth. You're always going to be able to build and be building with that same person. It's priceless, and they don't have it anywhere else. And a lot of people come in scared. They're like, well, I really got into this to help people. Well, we're helping people. We're helping each other help ourselves. And it's a genuine concern for each other's growth and just the opportunity to become partner and really have financial freedom. I never seen myself doing anything other than trying to pursue a career in music. And I never knew that I could get into a business that helped change people's lives, not only from financial literacy and learning about money and learning about how to protect people's lives, but also showing somebody else how to do it and make money doing it, to where they become a partner and really open the doors for their family. And my family, like I don't come from a background of anybody having any major success. My dad was a D-boy. My mom was a dental assistant that turned a drug addict, and now she's coming through her recovery, and I'm working with her. So to be able to be that door to open something and teach my siblings that, like, my mom has recently moved to Dallas, and her seeing me work every day, like, you like what you do. You're working every day. How are you not tired? Well, because I love it, and I'm around people who charge me up. I'm around people who I can see that I know what I'm coming out to. I know, looking at you and seeing what you've been through, and looking at Tori and Brittany, and like, Brittany is an amazing leader. I'm so happy to be on her team. I know whenever I've been scared or just put something, like, felt like I couldn't do it, she's like, where are you at? I'm coming. What do you need? So just to have that is crazy. And even when I first came here, Phil, he got in the field. He wasn't running business and I'm not on his team, but he took it upon himself to be like, yeah, I'll train her. I'll go out and run some appointments so that I can show her how to do it. So the main thing is just love and support. And it's not kumbaya. You don't have to come here to get pats on your back. You come here to see people doing what we're telling you so you can see that it's true. It's simple, mundane things, but it works. So if you watch, you plug in, that's my biggest thing when I'm recruiting. I'm like, listen, I can tell you how excited I am about this opportunity, and I genuinely am, but I need you to come up here. I need you to plug in. And once you plug in, you'll see for yourself, because your reason might be different than my reason, but the source is still the same. Come plug in, get the tools that you need. Now I'm talking about convention as well, because I had recently went to the Spring Summit. And I'm like, I know if you're thinking about the number, let's work it out. Let's figure out how to work it out, because I need to get you there. To have direct contact to carriers, that's crazy. You can go and meet somebody who's a representative for NLG and Foresters and Gina Hawks, and be able to, if you have you're an analytical person and you really need to know, you can pick up the phone and call them directly. Like Andy says, make the relationship, make a friend before you need somebody. You have the opportunity to do that. You don't have that opportunity at other companies. So I think that's awesome. And then just to go and see that, not just here at the Roberts Rockstars, but the entire alliance, everybody is doing the same thing and being crazy successful. I heard Megan Wood speak on stage at the summit, and it fired me up. I can share her story. In a matter of 3 years, she's on her way to being partners. She is making thousands of dollars in a business. She's wearing her annual income on her wrist. Like, if that doesn't fire you up, I don't know what will. And she's a single mom, and she just bought a home. So the dream, just being able to dream build. I'm recently shopping $200,000 to $1 million homes right now.
Cool.
I'm talking to realtors because I know I can achieve it with this business.
Cool. That's awesome. And she threw in D-Boy, and that song's going to be in my head all day now.
He was. He became a truck driver though, so he changed his life around. He tried to do it, but I'm happy to be here and have like a father figure to look at towards you, and have Tori like a sister.
Don't make me cry. Come on.
Oh
boy. Oh boy. I had a question I was going to ask you till you said that. No, it's okay. Okay. Let's be transparent. You've had a tough week. You've sent me some text messages, but you're here today. Why?
Well, I don't want to let you down, and the biggest thing is, and Tori too, and now you're gonna make me cry. Really, Pastor Gold had said, you will work harder for somebody else who believes in you. And that's the biggest thing. And I've always had problems in the past where I'm definitely ambitious, but going through a lot of things, and I'll get in my own way. And it's easy to make up an excuse for yourself. So I've been able to lean on you and lean on Tori, and really just be like, no, I want to make them proud. If they believe in me and they feel like I can do this, even when I feel like I can't do it, even though I know it's there, but it's just a feeling, and feelings aren't fact. But I know that's how I'm feeling, but I can use your source. Like I said, it's a source to plug into. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get up and go, because Paul believes in me, and you put the energy into me, and I'm going to fight hard for you, because I don't want to let you down. And I'm going to fight hard for Tori, because I don't want to let her down.
That's beautiful. Got some beautiful text. Tia Edwards says you're firing up her entire office. She's talking about you. And then Terry Edwards, Tatiana is a beast. What was that?
A beast. I think it's just
the female version.
Yeah, a beastess.
A beastess.
Maybe. I also don't have my glasses. I can't the transparency thing. I kind of just took what you said and ran with it.
Oh Lord. Well, thank you guys for plugging in, and I'm 51 years old, and to have 3 incredible young women, I'm not worthy to be surrounded by their dreams and their vision. I just don't want to screw it up. I don't want to mess it up, because I can promise you, all 3 of their names are going to be talked about when it comes to partnership. All 3 of their names are going to be talked about when it comes to, EVP level, board member level, all of those things. They fight every day. They've, out in the field, Tatiana hadn't seen crazy, stupid success yet, but she keeps fighting every week to make that happen. She knows in time she is going to be a beastie, whatever Terry said, in the field. She's going to be a warrioress, whatever we want to call, in the field, because she keeps plugging away. Tori, the same thing. She keeps fighting. Britt keeps fighting. It's just, why the alliance? Let me tell you from my point of view, is I get to bring in incredible people like these three, and I get to do life with them. I get to watch them grow up. Two of them I get to watch have children and get married and have families, and I hope and pray I get to be there for their weddings. I get to watch their kids grow up. I get to watch them grow up in the sense of maturity into being leaders, and that's a present, like a gift all by itself, to be able to wake up and know that you have the next generation. I've always told Tatiana since I met her, I said, "You're the future. You're the future. You're the future. Tori's the future. Britt's the future. Y'all are the future." I'm 51. I'm getting older. Recently, I hurt my back. Actually, it's not my back. I got to be careful.
Yeah.
But hurt myself. So, I mean, we need, the Alliance needs more people like these wonderful leaders behind me, and this one sitting beside me. And that's why the Alliance. Yeah, we're going to sell life insurance, and eventually Tatiana is going to be one of the number one producers in the company. And that's beautiful and that's great. But the real reason why the Alliance is the three souls here that we get to touch, and then they get to turn around and do it for another generation of people and touch their souls, touch their hearts, and change the world. Because I am on a mission to make the Alliance the greatest company in the world, and I need your help. Love you guys. Go get yours. Oh, wait a minute. We got another one. Nope, that wasn't okay. Go get yours, because I got mine. I'm not really digging the way that they're getting theirs. I got mine. You got yours. I got to work on this, because I still love. Go get yours, because I'm getting mine. I'm having a tough time switching it. I'm still getting mine.
You're still getting yours, so
Still
just hold
getting
that.
mine. All right, so
Don't
we're
let it
gonna
go.
stick with it. Go get yours, because we are getting ours. Love you guys. Adios.